I done a Bachelor of Science at UWA, specialising in marine science.
Similarly, I did a Bachelor of Marine Science at UWA and an honours year as well at UWA.
For my PhD, I'm looking at the seagrass up in Shark Bay. Shark Bay is about 800 kilometres north of Perth, and it's a World Heritage Site, so it's really important, not just to Western Australia, but Australia as a whole. It's of global significance. And my research is looking at how the seagrasses up there are going to respond to future environmental changes, and also how they get their nutrients up there, because it's a really, really nutrient poor system. So these are some of the fundamental questions that I'm looking at myself.
My research area is looking at higher latitude corals along West Australia's coastline. I'm interested in areas between Ningaloo and Esperance on the south coast. It's about a 2,000 kilometre stretch of coastline, and the area is a temperate ecosystem, and I'm interested in the role of corals and the ecology in the temperate ecosystem, specifically looking at the geographical component, how fast they grow and how their growth relates to temperature, the competition that these corals face with seaweeds, and their reproductive state, whether they're reproducing or recruiting in from northern areas.
Starting off with the university as a whole, it's a cracking university, and it's got state-of-the-art facilities that actually actively help me in my own research. So yeah, some of the facilities here are not just some of the best in Australia, but some of the best in the world.
I've just started out, but I've been able to use the boating and car facilities that UWA has, and it's really great. You get to go out and go diving all the time. Makes it interesting. So I have a lot of support from my lab group. They're really good and knowledgeable about their topics and in general, and helping you, and the wider UWA community is always willing to help you out and get you to where you want to be. So I'd like to continue researching, so my supervisor's sort of pointing me in the right direction and telling me that I need to publish papers and that sort of, get into teaching and that.
Yeah, I mean, I think the culture in the school of plant biology as a whole is really quite conducive for research. We do get a lot of support, not just from our own supervisory teams, but from the school as a whole. We go over to Rottnest once a year. The school pays for it, and we get to go over and talk about our own studies with the rest of the school, and we get advice from top class academics as well. And there's support structures present throughout the school, from the field work to the administration to the teaching side of what we do here, that really do assist in our time in plant biology. Ideally, I'd love to stay in research. I'd like to go into a postdoc when I finish sometime next year and carry on with research, because I love asking questions that nobody's ever asked before and trying to answer those questions. I feel it really rewarding. And I'd like to do a bit of teaching as well, because I've had a taste during my PhD and I've really enjoyed it, so I'd like to carry that on as well.
I'm the same. I'd like to continue researching, whether that be through a education institution or government department. There's so many unanswered questions about Western Australian coast and marine life